episode is sponsored by Teamhood, a modern project management system. Hello everyone, we're back on the Agile Couch in the Agile Day Kaunas 2023, and now we have Nancy here visiting us just after lunch.
Just after, I was like, "Ooh, this sofa feels so good," but and so nice weather outside as well.
Oh yes,
that helps.
Yes, absolutely.
Playing some games,
games. This is partly about what we're gonna talk about, right? Having fun playing games and the work. But let's start with generally the conference, the event so far. How are you feeling it? How is the impression?
Well, the organizers are doing a great job, I think. I mean, I just love open space because all magic happens all the time, and you hear new ideas, new insights, and especially new people, right?
Yeah.
It's always that's the main goal of any conference is curious people who come here to learn and to interact with each other. So
and the format just sort of pushes you to do that, right? To talk to each other, different people, and different time slots and so on. All right. But you're not only here for open space.
No.
You're gonna do some magic and give an amazing workshop. And it's based around gamification, about games within the context of a teamwork. Or maybe you can give more insights.
For now I chose to give some insights on how to use games in an agile setting. So I've prepared. I have a workshop that's a bit theory and a lot of games, of course. So I will give some scientific backgrounds on why gamification and playing helps in creating amazing products, in connecting teams to each other. So I have made a bouquet of different games that you can use for product owners, for stakeholders, for Scrum Masters, for Agile coaches. So it's all agile themed games that you can use in an agile setting. So hopefully it's low key enough that everybody in the workshop can really take it away and use it tomorrow, right? That's the aim.
All right.
That it's really practical, but also really interactive, because I'm at the end of the day, so it needs to be interactive. It needs to be interactive in any time of the day, actually. But so it's a lot of serious games, because I'm that serious about gaming and playing. Of course, we tend to think that it's a lot about fun and happiness. But the thing is, what I've learned is that gaming and playing is also a lot about frustration. If you've seen a teenager playing games on a PlayStation or whatnot,
and also smashing the computer sometimes.
It does not look like fun, right? It's about overcoming obstacles, and in that sense, it's not that different from an agile setting where we're overcoming obstacles to achieve our end goal. So I think it's very closely intertwined, the agile world and gamification and playfulness.
But gamification itself, as much as I were into that topic at some point, right? It's not the same as games, right? It's not. You shouldn't put like an equal sign here. It's much more to it. But
there are different. The distinction that I like to make, and it's not textbook perfect, but at least it's something. Is that gamification is that you use formats from games like earning badges or things like that to make something that is maybe a bit boring more challenging. I also use the term playification, and that is that I use play to explain, share knowledge, connect people with each other. So the playing itself has an educational goal. So I play a game to explain what technical depth does to a product. And while playing the game, you really feel what it does to a product if you don't solve technical debt, for instance. Or what does DevOps means, or what does change do to you as a person. So all the emotions that come with that, because one of the games that I'm playing, spoiler alert, I don't know if you're coming, is a change game where I ask people to change something about themselves. And most of the time, the first thing that happens is that people get rid of something. So they take off a shoe, they take off their watch, they take off their glasses or the wedding ring, or I don't know. And that is because when I ask people to change something, people think about losing something.
Okay.
So change is
Instead
very
of painting
intertwined.
Something on your hand.
That's also change.
Yeah.
So adding something is also change.
Yeah.
But the knee-jerk reaction, so the first primal reaction is I'm losing something when I change. And particularly for us change agents, it's very good to really know what it emotionally means when you start changing a company or a team or anything. So, and the game is a perfect way to actually let you experience it and not just the theoretic background.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds really interesting. I'm now really hope I can make it to the workshop. I know it's fully booked, you're popular, but maybe I can squeeze in somehow.
Luckily.
All right. Okay. So yes, playing games, having fun, introducing game mechanics to overcome serious challenges, issues, daily things that you might have. You've probably been using it for some time.
7 years, I guess. Yeah.
Any stories you can tell where that helped like to create some like real magic, right? Or
I played with a C-level management team where I played this game, and it's about solving a puzzle, and everybody gets pieces of this puzzle, and they have to solve it with each other by talking to each other, so communicating to get the puzzle in the right order. Okay. They don't know what the right order is.
Yeah.
So they have to talk to each other while explaining what's on their picture. It's a line of pictures, and they have to put the pictures in the right order. So there was this one guy, he was shouting, I have pigs, because that was on his drawing. And by that, when I did the debrief is actually the most important part of serious gaming, because that is where the real lessons are being learned. A game is always, my good friends from the Serious Gamers, Eddie Bruin, always says, a serious game is just an excuse to have a proper debrief. And I think he's absolutely spot on with that. But this guy was just shouting about his pigs on his picture, and afterwards I asked the group of people, like, okay, so what did you notice? What happens? And then they told this guy, like, this is actually what you do, because this was the big boss, the end boss, and he was like, this is what you do. You are screaming about what your vision is and where you want to go and what you have and the insights that you have, but you forgot to listen to us. And that's why we couldn't solve this part of the puzzle, because you were so busy with your own little part of this that you forgot to listen to us.
Nice.
And I spoke to this guy 1.5 years later, just to check in on and figure out how he was doing. And he said, did you know, Nancy, that pigs became a signal word within our company? And we still talk about that session. And he says, when I'm just moving ahead of myself too much, or someone just shouts pigs, and then okay, sorry, I will listen to you now. Yeah. So the effect that you can have also in the longer run while playing a game like this, because it's like a looking glass on a group of people. People will show their natural behavior, and that's also most of the time the way they behave in their day-to-day work as well.
All right. Yeah, that's amazing. Really a great story. Would you say that what it requires to actually, start playing? Does that require some sort of a maturity? If that's a very serious company we're talking about, don't want to use any archetypes here of the companies, but very classical corporate, right? With everyone with a tie, and I mean, let's make serious session, not play games here. Could they use it?
Yes.
How could they use it instead of calling you? But
the thing is, the resistance of playing is 99% within the facilitator and not in the group.
Okay.
So if you look at the Scrum values, one of the most important ones from my perspective, when you want to add this to a company, is courage. You need to be courageous. You need to be shameless. and you need to be maybe a little bit crazy, I don't know, but wholeheartedly believe that what you're bringing to the table, whether that is Legos or whether that is any other game, I believe that it works. So I just go head first in there and play whatever game needs to be played. And I did this session once at a bank with the type of people you were describing, the very serious bankers with the suit and tie and all. And within 5 minutes, they were running around like magical princesses in the forest, because I believed that they were magical princesses. So playing is so natural to mammals, actually, not only human beings, but mammals. It's so primal that you only have to scratch the surface a little bit to get that out. That's my really strong belief.
Okay. Now I know why why I get contagious when my daughter starts calling me to play some games. But anyways, thank you very much for sharing. Looking forward for your workshop and the session that you'll be having in open space. If anyone, because obviously this video is going out after the event, if anyone has any comments, anything to share, drop comments, and we're definitely interested to see that. Very cool. Thank you, Nancy, for coming out here, finding time, and let's go play some games.
Thank you for your amazing show. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you. We're trying, so see you.
Okay, bye.